Hi, online biologists, and welcome to week 7 of our Bio 11 course. It's hard to believe that the semester is about halfway over and you guys are doing great, so keep up the good work. So some things to go over for this week as we focus on our unit about our body and talking about different systems. We're going to be talking a lot about the cardiovascular system, the heart, and there's a lot of material on Canvas about the anatomy of the heart, the physiology, and some bits about the electrical impulses of how the heart muscle works. So you want to review the Canvas material and be familiar with that for the quiz. You're going to be doing your 3-day diet journal as we talk a bit about food and metabolism. So you'll see in Canvas there's an assignment where you go online to this website, choosemyplate.gov, and you're going to use the food tracker tool there. So you're going to choose 3 days this week, 3 consecutive days, and it has to include at least one weekday when you're going to use that choosemyplate.gov tool to track your food consumption for 3 days. And then you're going to complete a diet journal where you do some calculations about calories consumed, and you also think a little bit about your diet, what you've eaten, and what that kind of tells you about different ways you might be able to improve your eating habits. So that diet journal assignment will be due Monday night, March 2nd, so that if you end up using Sunday as one of your diet journal days, you have some extra time to put it all together and turn it in Monday night. Sunday night, you do have your quiz on health and cardiovascular physiology, so you're going to want to remember to take that. And then also, the human performance lab that we did on Monday. Hopefully you guys had a good time doing all those activities. So remember, all of the data that you collected on yourself needs to be entered. And in Canvas, there is a link that's called Enter Lab Data Here. And on that link, you'll see it's actually a sort of a form where you go ahead and you fill in your numbers for each of the activities, and you indicate that you're male or female, and that you're part of my section. And the idea is we are going to take data from all the students across all of the Bio 11 sections and put together a big master data file that you guys will then use in a couple weeks to do your Battle of the Sexes debate in lab. So with that said, you guys should be assigned now in your 6 different groups for that project, for that Battle of the Sexes. And these were the groups that you were in when you did your lab with all the different activity stations. So you want to make sure that you have your group contract done for that activity coming up. And so that group contract is due Sunday the 1st. And by now, hopefully, you've got a sense of maybe some of the things that you'd like to put in a group contract to make sure that everybody is on the same page and works well together. Okay, so make sure that you guys do that. And then lastly, next week we're going to do our food lab where you guys will actually analyze, do a little chemistry in lab on some of the foods that you bring in. So you will be in charge then of bringing in 2 pieces of food. These can be food like one piece of healthy food, 1 piece of junk food that you've eaten during the week. And in lab we'll run some chemistry analysis and find out things like fat content, sugar content, carbs, things like that. So it's a really fun way of beginning to understand how chemistry can be used to analyze our diet. So you want to make sure to bring in those 2 food samples on Monday for lab, and beforehand you want to print out or at least download the food lab worksheet so that you can enter in data during lab. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll look forward to seeing you in Monday on lecture.